So
because
what's your preferred technique for cleaning your bottles, Cass?
I use a bottle brush for the inside with my soap, and then more of like a kitchen scrub brush that I can get into the lid. Um, when I'm riding and the outsides, I do a lot of riding in the dirt. So the outside, no matter what, I use either like a stainless tubular cage or a stainless titanium cage. They still get a little dirty. So I always use
Right.
a green Scotch Brite on the outside to get
Right.
that stuff off of there. Um, I do, which I only started a few years ago. And then oftentimes I just still throw them in the dishwasher as well, but not the insulated ones. The insulated ones I only wash by hand. The single wall ones I'll throw in there, and I know it's like, oh, heat and plastic and this and that, but um,
But
I'm
sometimes,
still going.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just I go, but it's and I kind of cycle through them. I've got maybe eight to a dozen, and you kind of roll through them. In the
Right.
summer, I'm hard rotation on the insulated bottles. I usually pack them full of ice and then fill with water or a little water, get the solution mixed up, pack it full of ice and fill them up because got some hot riding up here. So that's it. But look at them, take a whiff, and yeah, don't be afraid to look inside your bottles, people, and
Right.
they can go into the recycle bin too.
Right. Right.
And I probably have more new ones stored away than I have used ones in rotation, which tells me I should probably just out with the old, in with the new.
Right. Right.
But a couple of those are my last Santa Barbara recycling water bottles, so I got to at least
Got to
keep
hold
one of
on to
those.
those.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah.
Well,
What about you?
my bottle protocol is one. The best thing is to not leave them loose in the van or somewhere, and then you like crack those things open after a few hot days and have a science experiment going on. But barring that, so if that happens, I usually do the overnight soak where I fill the bottle and then I flip the lid and close it and then stick that upside down on the top and fill the lid also. So I give everything kind of like soaking down. But what I've learned is I use hot water on the outside of the bottle. The lid's a different story because it's usually a harder plastic, but for the main bottle itself, I use hot water on the outside. So if I have to use the Scotch Brite, which I also do for the bottle marks, or I got I'm going to forget now if it was a Camelback or an Osprey brush set. I would Osprey brush set, but it's a great one. It has a little skinny one, it has the big round one, and then one that actually works, a little mini horseshoe that works great right in the top of the lids. So that's my main bottle setup, and I'll do, like I said, hot water on the outside, but I use cold on the inside because maybe for a purist bottle it might be a little bit different, but I know some bottles, if you heat them up a lot and have a lot of soap in there, it feels like sometimes that can carry that soapy flavor over even if you rinse them all out. So I try and go hot water on the outside, cold water on the
Interesting.
inside, yeah, with soap, and then obviously like no Dawn with any blue dye number 40 in there. So
Yeah,
use a good natural plant-based soap without any dyes or anything like that. So that's
absolutely.
my bottle washing program. Hot on the
I,
outside, cold on the inside, and that good brush set. I'll have to remember. I'll point out that brush set, and I can try and clue it in on the next pod.